Hello and welcome to the Generational Gamer. You know what? I recently saw something that I wanted to talk about, and it involves physical media. You know, at one point I would only buy physical media, but you know what changed? The Xbox. The Xbox changed the way I do things. Why? Well, because the truth of the matter is the game is really just a digital copy anyway. The disc, you insert it, and at that point it triggers a download, and then at that point you're playing the game. So that begs the question, if that's the case, why bother even going with a physical? Well, I know the answer. Most people will say preservation. But what are you really preserving? You're preserving your ability to put a disc in and download the game. Also, I like not having to get up. So I say that because I saw recently Microsoft produced a video and uploaded it to YouTube, and I'd like to share it with you.
One of the things we hear about at Xbox is that some people think that digital games take up more space than they do from a physical disc. With the requirements of today's titles, to take advantage of faster load times, all games are installed directly to the console itself. Whether it's from disc or digital, they'll take up the same storage space on your hard drive.
So based on what he just said, in my mind, I'm thinking the games are just downloaded, the disc is just a license. Okay. Well, with that in mind, why am I even bothering with the physical disc? And for the most part, I still do buy physical, but I'm not opposed to digital like I was before. In fact, you will know when you plug in a retro game on a Series X or an Xbox One, what's it do? The first thing it does is it downloads the game to your hard drive. Because you're not actually playing the disc. The disc is just checking for authentication. Once it validates that you own a license of this game, it allows you to play it. PS4, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with that. Typically, I do buy the games. Now, the Switch is an interesting one. The Switch is interesting because it uses tiny little cartridges, but they're not real cartridges. The cartridges are basically nothing more than SD cards. Flash media is horribly unreliable over a long period of time. Will the game still be around? Now, that being said, the digital might actually be more long-term than the cartridges with that logic. Why do I say that? Well, I say that because if you have a cartridge and it eventually fails, but you own the game digitally, if you have a backup of your SD card, which is really nothing more than the Nintendo folder on the SD card, you can move that Nintendo folder. By the way, did a video. You can move that Nintendo folder to another SD card, plug it back into the same Switch. You can't move it to another one because they are connected. And pick up where you left off with your digital. If your physical game failed, you have to find another one. Nintendo's not exactly one to keep the servers up long term. Microsoft probably is. They focus on operating systems. They make server operating systems. Something tells me theirs will be around for a while. In fact, let me go one step further. I have long said that I think this might be Microsoft's last Xbox. Why do I say that? Well, because they created the Xbox to rebuild PC gaming. They had lost the foothold there. The Xbox has never been as popular as its competitors, and they don't really need it anymore. In fact, I contend that at some point, Microsoft will say, Xbox is now a brand of ours, and it may live inside of something else, such as Microsoft Windows. It seems pretty logical to me. Now, I know it's been stated by Microsoft that this is not their last Xbox. There will be something else after the series of consoles. But it may be an app going forward. They've got their xCloud now as Game Pass. You can play many of these games on your computer now. But that's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? Let me know in the comments below, and have a good one.